Hey YouTube, it is me again, and if you don't already know by the title of the video what this video is going to be about, um, it's gonna be kind of boring, probably, for most of you. I don't know, maybe some moms out there, care or want to know my experience postpartum. And for those of you who don't know, what postpartum is, it's pretty much just a time frame. Postpartum is just that time frame from after a woman has a child. So, yeah, let's see, where do I start? There is such thing called postpartum depression, or baby blues, as some people may know it. So, postpartum depression can hit everybody differently, can be a lot of different things. A lot of you may already know this, but I'm just explaining for those of you who may not. Because I wasn't very, before my daughter, I didn't know this stuff either. And I didn't experience this with my daughter. But when I was pregnant with my daughter, I watched a lot of videos and I learned a lot of things that women go through when they're pregnant and what women go through after pregnancy. And postpartum depression can be one of those things. And yeah, I heard some crazy stories. And, it can be, as simple as just feeling down and, maybe not good about yourself. And it can be as extreme as, I've heard stories of women wanting to hurt their children, hurt their babies after. And that's extremely scary. That's really scary. I'm thankful that I did not experience it with my daughter. And I'm thankful that I did experience it with my son, but not to that extreme. And it wasn't even any hate towards my children, thankfully, because that's, like I said, that's very scary. Yeah, so anyways, let's jump into it. It wasn't anything extreme, nothing crazy, but, definitely was some type of depression. I do want to say that it is July 1st today that I'm recording this. My baby will be 3 months, July 6th. And it's definitely gotten better. It was never an everyday thing. It would just hit me randomly. Let me start over. Okay. Yes, today is July 1st. My baby will be 3 months, July 6th. Currently, as of right now, I feel a lot better than I did in the beginning. I don't really know when it started. I feel like I was good the first few days. And sometime after that, it just started to hit me in like waves throughout the day. I noticed a lot when I was pumping that it would hit me. I would get waves of, let me see how I can put it. Like I was explaining to some of my family members, is like an out of body experience. I felt confused. I was confused in the sense of I didn't feel like this was my life. I was like, when did I become 27 years old with 2 children and a fiance and living, on our own? When did I become an adult? Like when, I don't know why it was just hitting me. It was just the weirdest feeling. It was it was just, but a very uncomfortable feeling. Like I didn't want it. I did not, you know, I was just confused on like where my family was. Um, it was just super uncomfortable. I was just like, who am I? What am I doing here? Why am I here? But I would look down and look down at the baby, and I mean, he was just the cutest. I mean, he is the cutest. He's just adorable, and I love him so much. And the same with my daughter, of course. So there was no hate towards them. Thankfully, like I said, that's, you know, that's scary. Um, so that was hitting me a lot in the very beginning. I just kept getting waves throughout the day, and I was just trying to brush it off. Uh, and that was that. Now with the pumping, that one was a little more intense. That one was hitting a little different. It's like not every time I was putting the pumps on, but majority of the time I would put the pumps on, and you know, sometimes it hurt. A lot of the times it hurt until, you know, it was going for a couple minutes, and then I would kind of get used to it. Sometimes I would just put the breast pumps on, and I don't know if it was like the pain, you know, that I would feel at first that would trigger it. I don't know, but I was miserable. And I don't want to cry, so I'm gonna give me a minute. I was just miserable. Um, it would just hit me like a ton of bricks. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know why I would feel like, I don't know, it just happens. My cousin asked me, you know, what is it that you were feeling? Like, how did you feel? And I remember feeling like a part of me felt gross. The best word I can use is I felt inappropriate. I don't, I don't know why. I felt very uncomfortable walking around with these things on my breasts. Okay. Okay. Like I was saying, I don't want to be recording this video and just be crying a whole bunch. But I do want you guys to know that this is a serious situation and it's real feelings. So I do feel it's really important to make this video and that you guys understand that this is something serious that happens. And I never doubted it, you know, before experiencing it. I understood it was a very real thing that can happen. You don't truly understand until you are experiencing it for yourself. And mine wasn't even that crazy, you know, but it was still feelings. It was still messing with you mentally, you know? And it was hard. And like I said, thankfully, it wasn't super crazy. Thankfully, it wasn't, you know, any hate towards my children or, you know, me feeling like I wanted to hurt them because that does happen. Um, it was more just, you know, I don't know, feeling how I was feeling about myself. I just pumped, maybe like 30 minutes ago, and, you know, I wanted to cry. I don't really know why. I'm just sitting there pumping, and I just immediately just get a wave of emotion, and I just feel miserable. Just, I don't know. And I know it's, you know, you're feeding your child, you're feeding your baby, but my mind just wasn't, it wasn't seeing it that way. And don't get me wrong, there was a satisfying feeling of pumping and seeing, you know, how much I pumped, and I was like, yeah, like I did that, like cool, you know? But I couldn't help but to get that wave of emotion when I would first put the pumps on of just feeling gross. Maybe it was the pain because they would hurt the first couple minutes of putting them on until I kind of got used to them. And then I would, go on with whatever I was doing. I don't know. I felt gross. I felt awful and miserable. One specific time I had a pump and I just put them on and I just went outside. My fiance was here inside with the kids. But I put them on and I just went outside and I went into my car and I cried. I just cried the whole 30 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Those were pretty much the only two feelings I felt my postpartum experience. They were intense for me. But like I said, I'm thankful that it wasn't anything worse. And it was, nothing towards my babies. It was just things I was feeling about myself and things that I had to kind of work through and push through. Yeah, with that being said, I'll leave it at that. We'll leave the video as is. I don't think I really have much else to say. Hopefully be posting more content soon. I just really wanted to get this video out of the way because it's a more very serious video and emotional video. And now I feel like I can move on to the more positive things and exciting videos and funny videos and not so boring videos. Yes. Okay. I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully soon. Bye.